Welcome back. Uh, Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here at Influence Hour, and my guest is already here. This is Influence Hour Action featuring my guest, Stephen Lucke. Let's get him. I'm not going to make him wait, just so I can do some long intro. I'm not going to make him wait. Stephen Lucke's here right away. Then we'll jump in right away. Welcome, you guys, to Influence Hour. Oh man, the guy is here. This is so exciting. But you guys aren't going to see him until he says something because that's how Zoom does it, like the audio. But welcome back to Influence Hour. I am your host, Kinyo. I'm a poet, an entrepreneur, a musician, lots of different things. You can find me on www.kinyo.org. Shout out to Project Forward, the streaming service of the future, because it's not just streaming, it's about streaming the future and building the community, building the platform in the biggest of ways and in the coolest of ways. Go to www.projectforward.tv. And last but not least, satisfy your shopping needs. You have to get in touch with culture, which means you got to bring it into your house. Look around you. Are the walls covered with great art? Do you have great books, great merch around you to inspire you? If not, your shopping experience might be lacking what you can find on www.laddington.com. So go check out that shopping experience. Thank you, and get something. Anyway, the episode today is called Action, and I decided that the main product that I wanted to call out in this episode was the political process, because I feel like, and I'm not going to talk too long because I got my guests here already, but I feel like it doesn't inspire action. It inspires I don't know. But I don't think it's action. Right now, it's inspiring emotion, which is great, but you're being lazy if you don't take the next step. Anyway, I want to bring my guest in. Stephen Lucke, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. It's a beautiful day. You hit me up last week, and so I'm glad we were able to connect, 1 week later on this project right here. But, life is good. I'm so thankful for all the blessings that I've been given. And how's my volume and my audio? Is it pretty good?
It sounds really good to me. I'm realizing, I might need to start wearing headphones or something. I don't know what the correct Zoom protocol is, but everything sounds good to me. It looks really good. It looks like you got a nice webcam set up there.
Yeah. Well, I'm on my Mac, and then my friend Leon got me a new mic. So that's why I was asking about my audio. So trying to step up my virtual audio visual game.
Awesome. Super duper cool. Man, all right. Well, Stephen Lucke, I'll give you a little intro for the people. An amazing entrepreneur, to tell you the truth. That's how I look at it. An amazing CEO. And, what he's doing over at Gardopia Gardens, which is his one of his projects. I'm not going to even say I know everything that's going on in his life, but definitely one of the things he focuses on is really amazing. That community garden, and I think it's going to spread. I think it is spreading already, but I'm excited to see it spread, that connection to the earth. It's added connection to the earth to my life, and that's why I've focused there, and I hope to do lots of stuff there. An amazing leader. Yeah. What else are you into other than Gardopia? Because I know you for Gardopia, but I know you also recently graduated, just got a degree. What else? What do you do, and what are you building over there? And then we're going to get into the show proper, where I ask my 3 questions. But what else? What else are you up to?
Well, I got a few things up my sleeve I'm working on right now. From the beginning, when I started Gardopia, everybody said I needed a for-profit company, and I agreed with them. But I was like, "Are you going to help me start this company?" And I had no takers. So I had to focus on first the nonprofit side and, give back to the community as much as possible in a way that I knew how, in a way that I felt genuine and sincere in doing. And so 5 years later from Gardopia, I'm launching a landscaping cooperative with a group of amazing people. We'll be launching it in 2021. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be able to install edible landscapes, pollinator, wildscaping, as well as cannabis gardens. So it's going to be something
Okay.
that we're going to be breaking the scene on pretty soon. As we know, there's a desire for people to grow their own food, to grow their own herbs, to grow their own medicine, and to encourage biodiversity and ecosystems within their habitats. So that's one thing that's up and coming this year. And
That's amazing.
aside from that, my partner and I, we're working on a health and wellness company. So that's something that we launched this year. We drug our feet a little bit. She's in a doctoral program and I run a company. So we weren't able to launch like all blown and full, but we were just creating content, little videos, showing people how to stay in shape on the physical as well as the mental and spiritual side. So they can check us out, Bloom Zone Health and Wellness, and then our website is bloomzone.health.
Blue
And
Zone.
Bloom Zone, yes, the zone where you bloom as an individual.
No, I love it. I'm actually
And
really interested. I love zones. I think zones are a big deal.
so
Cool.
get in the zone. And one last thing is a couple of high school friends and I, we're actually starting up an investment company. And so we're looking at investing in a couple of things. I'm not going to say yet because that's still sort of on the table, but we have to build our power together. It's me, Steven, I don't have a lot of money. Kinyo, I don't know if you have a lot of money, but if I have $1 and you have $1, we bring our dollar together, now we have $2, right? So that's really my thought process is let's bring our money together. Nothing that's going to put us out. Like, Kenya, you need to still do your hustle and I'm going to do my hustle, but I can take a little bit of my hustle, put it to the side when we come together because we're going to hang out anyway, right? Like, we're going to go to the bar, we're going to have a drink, we're going to hang out, whatever. Why not, while we're hanging out, let's look at our bank accounts together and be like, damn, bro, we got 10 G's in the bank. We got 100 G's in the bank. You want to buy some property? Let's buy some property.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
conversation.
I love investment clubs. I think that should be a standard. I think it should be a standard. It really is, actually. It's just, whether or not you choose to engage in it because it just makes so much sense. But I love that. Okay. And you're also a politician, which I'm going to use to segue into my questions, which is you've done, so much, you're doing so much now. All of those sound really cool. I'm sure you even have some other brands that you haven't even taken the time to name yet that you're like developing, projects and things on. So over the last 3 years, what were your main moments of growth?
Last 3 years, well, 2017 to 2020, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, in
Sometimes I
2017,
say 3 to 5 years. I just mean, yeah, well, 3 years is good.
okay. But yeah, so in 2017, that's how I think you and I came into contact. I ran for office mayor in San Antonio. And
Right.
that was a great experience, learned so much. Um, I consider myself the eternal optimist, but I feel like that dropped a little bit of reality into me, not a lot, like, but a little bit. And so understanding that it's more than a dream, you got to come with it 100% and
Yeah.
more.
Were you
To,
disappointed by the amount of votes you got?
I was disappointed. I thought I was gonna get more, But the thing is,
Yeah.
a lot of my friends didn't show up, and that's nothing on them.
Yeah.
That's just a symptom of the times at hand.
Have you never thrown a birthday party before? Do all your friends show up for a birthday party?
Friday, nobody showed up. Where my friends at? Yeah,
I feel like yeah, yeah. I'm so because as like I'm putting a little bit of effort into a mayoral run myself, but I'm so one I would not be upset with any like small amount of votes because I don't know. I think it's just dope that
but
we
it's
have
not. It's not
ability.
all about the votes.
Hmm?
So out of
It's like I feel like votes are like Instagram likes. They do matter, and
yeah,
cumulatively, they really do matter.
yeah.
And from the highest level, that's really what matters. But at the same time, on almost every other level and from a lot of different perspectives, they're not telling you what's going on. You know, someone might not be getting a crazy amount of likes, and yet they are transacting off the moment in a way that is more profound regularly. And you know, maybe they're yeah. And I think that happens in some votes as well. Anyway, and then at the same time, my ego I think would immediately flip it to be like, even if I got 50 votes, that's 50 more than 99% of human beings in the city.
Sure. You're
So,
right. You're right.
so I just solidified my ranking as a low elder with any quantity of votes. But anyway, that's interesting. No, I understand that, and you know, because definitely the optimism is what I think pushes you to be able to run. I would hope that, you know. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna get into that more.
So that was
Um,
my running for office. Another area for growth, I would say, would be Gardopia because Gardopia was founded in 2015, so we just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. And you know, year one, you got the energy. You know, you're still in the honeymoon phase. Year two, it's like, ooh, I can do it. I think I can do it. Year three, you're in the thick of it. So it's like, do I quit? Like, fuck it, wrap up, and let's just move on in life and do something else, or do I push through? So I feel like I was able to push through and have those breakthrough moments in year 3, 4, and 5. And we're here now, still alive. I'm not rich. I don't have a huge salary or anything, but I feel like I'm very happy. I feel like I have a high quality of life. And that's other variables in addition to Gardopia. But I think all of that has manifested itself in that organization. So continuing to push through as an upstart company. And then the third area of breakthrough, I would have to say, is my relationship with my awesome partner, Kendall. She's doing work right now.
right,
You know, my longest relationship, we just celebrated 4 years about a month ago. And, you know, just sticking with the relationship. You know, it's easy to give up. Just like I said in the company, it's easy to give up in a
right.
relationship. Like, all right, I'm done, moving on, do something new. But, you know, us working together and amplifying and essentially, you know, completing each other, I guess, as cliche as that sounds.
Right. No, definitely. That is awesome. Okay. Okay, this brings me to my next question. What is your most wildest um, um, vision of how Gardopia Gardens turns out as far as like an entity? I'm talking wildest. I'm like 30 years from now, everything that you could ever wanted, plus like you win 5 lotteries, all works out. What is the peak of what you think, you know, this thing could be in like the future? I'm talking, I don't even know, UN delegation. Where are you going? Well, I mean, like, not where are you going. What do you like? What excites you? Like the idea, like this could be a freaking. People don't even know. We
Um,
could be planting redwoods on Mars.
yeah,
Something
yeah.
weird.
Well, Earth is a garden utopia, and humans are messing it up. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
help return Earth to the utopia that it originally was and can be. All of development. I went to Vancouver last summer. Half of their downtown was a park, Stanley Park.
Yeah.
Why? So like, why is half of downtown San Antonio not a park? I really
Right.
want
You
to
know,
develop.
San Antonio doesn't. They do these really crappy, tiny parks near the downtown, which is weird, like these small things. But then, you know, they have stuff to me that is kind of impressive, like you know, Brackenridge and like Opie Schnabel and just like other open areas. And then what's that one that Wurzbach goes through? I don't remember what that's
Hardburger,
called. What's that?
Hardburger Park.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
try to say it, but yes, that one. Um, you know, I actually feel like San Antonio does a pretty good job on parks. I mean, on open area. Am I wrong on that?
Not, I feel like in the exterior, outside of 410. Inside of 410, we have Brackenridge.
Okay.
Brackenridge is awesome. But I feel like it could be more. So I want to see development in a way that we're building green infrastructure into everything we're doing, interior and exterior.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have a garden at your school. I want your school to be a living garden. All of your schools.
Mm.
Same thing for your office buildings. Same thing for your houses. Like your house could be integrated into the earth. So for me, it starts with education,
So
and then it transfers to development of societies.
would is there like some kind of world in which like every business and consumer has some sort of Gardopia membership and like it's like you just like you have like cable and stuff like how like is it that deep to where you think that the garden because you know when I think about it human beings they do specialize in these certain kind of ways and that's why we pay for things you know like other than the stuff that we do for work we pay for everything else and it's just done for us. So is it like that deep to where you know people pay for businesses pay for memberships to keep their and they like maybe have like a garden health meter? It's like how garden is your place? Like I'm talking 30 years. Is I'm just saying in the
So
craziest.
there's a project. There's a project called Food is Free. Um,
Okay.
in a perfect world, Gardopia wouldn't need to exist actually, because again,
Mm-hmm.
Earth would be Gardopia, right? So we're bringing something back that has been lost. We've lost this
Yeah.
treasure of Earth, seeking more material, man-made items. So seeds are free. Like I can literally collect seeds, and if I had
Yeah.
land, so land access, that would be something that we need to move back towards. And I would love for Gardopia to be able to open up land to the people. Because when we think about land in America, and we think about land in the Western world specifically, and even land really all throughout the nation, it's really owned by a small percentage of people. And so the concept of land ownership to me needs to be changed, right? Unfortunately, through warfare, land has been taken. And I can't speak towards, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 years ago. I'm sure that there have been many great wars. And right now, while European Americans dominate the Western world, I know you have family from Africa. There's people in Asia. There's people in South America. Like, I think we can get very fixated in a Eurocentric world on the evil white person, but we have to understand in any monoculture, you're going to have people, whether it's evil black, evil brown, evil yellow, right? So it's more of an evil that resides within the accumulation of power. And so I want to make sure that everybody has access to high quality land and we can all be self sufficient. We should not have to rely upon the systems of being born into this idea of almost indentured servitude if you're not born
Yeah.
into wealth. So that's really where I see the opportunity to provide food sovereignty, food justice, land sovereignty, land justice, and also reviving cultures that have been killed off through genocide and unfortunately the oppression and exploitation of people. So while we talk about
Yeah.
health and we talk about the environment, these are very deep-seated topics, and we are just scratching the surface level currently. But we have to have these societal changes, and I think it starts first with the seed, right? So that seed that we give to that kid in that kindergarten class, and they plant that seed. Hopefully, there's so much more wrapped in that seed for many more years to come. But we have to
Oh yeah.
grab attention in the beginning.
No, yeah. I think. See, I'm adding. I'm gonna add it all together. I think you know there's a
So it's
Gardopia in every
not about
school.
money, but it's about
No, I
resource,
think it's about
natural.
distribution. You know, I don't think anything's about money. I think entrepreneurs get to keep money as incentive to come up with an idea that's payoff for competition. But everything else is just distribution, you know, and it's distribution of stuff that people want. That's why I don't even demonize, you know, McDonald's. I'm like, they're supplying demand. What do you want them well, anyway, and efficiently. So, but I think, you know,
And
demand can also be changed by perspectives. And, you know, so let's say there's a gigantic HEB sized or Albertsons for those who don't, or grocery store sized Gardopia, and they sell gardening equipment, trees, plants, everything you, and There's
Cool.
educational workshops that you can do. Anyway, so I'm just
No,
flying
and
with it. But that's
that
super cool.
direction. But I guess when you're saying like, when you just say like 30 years, societal change, again, I want to get to the point as our mission has been accomplished. So our mission is growing healthy communities through garden-based learning. So we want garden-based learning in every school across the globe, right? And then beyond that, our vision is an empowered and educated society. Actually, it's a sustainable society, empowered and educated to lead healthy lifestyles through gardening. Because people want to be happy. It's in our constitution, the pursuit of happiness. How do we become happy? Well, there's different ways to become happy. I was thinking today, I know that song is like love and happiness, make you want to do right, make you want to do wrong. But no, love and happiness, I think, are two things that we also want. And so, how do we achieve love? How do we achieve happiness? I think part of that is being healthy. I think you need to be healthy to be happy. So, we want to have a healthy population, and it starts with our diet, and it starts with our physical activity. So, gardens everywhere, every house, every restaurant, every school, every highway, every vacant lot, and we can become food secure, food sovereign, and we can become food self-sufficient as well. And then from there, maybe we write a book, maybe we make a movie, maybe we go work for Microsoft. Like, we can make our decisions from there, but first, let's give housing and let's give food, shelter, and water to everybody.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so the last question is, what is your favorite product that you've purchased in the last 24 hours?
My favorite product that I purchased in the past 24 hours?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I didn't buy this, but this mic is pretty cool. This is the first time I've used it since I've had it. So
No,
that's
you have to buy it. You have to buy it.
Did I buy? What did I buy in the last 24 hours? I mean, I bought food. I don't think I bought anything super monumental. What's today? Tuesday. Um, I mean, I would just have to say some food, I guess. I bought some chicken feet earlier today.
Boom! That's a big deal. People act like that's what people spend more money on food than a lot of the other things in life.
Yeah.
It kind of competes with rent in the worst case of
Probably.
scenario.
Yeah. People drop money on
But
food. We shoot it out.
what's up?
I said we drop money on food and we shoot it out. That's what we do, right?
Yeah, and it's a big deal because it's our personal experience. As much as people think, oh, like there's an advantage to being super rich or like super whatever, like really there isn't that many different inputs the human body can get. Like you said, like the coolest thing is being healthy, but like food is a pretty big deal. It's cooler than a lot of things. Cooler than a Tesla.
It's considered our second brain, our stomach. So most people think they're thinking with their head, which maybe they are, but a lot of people think with their stomach, that gut instinct.
Right, and you're thinking chicken feet.
So again, I can get compost, I can get pest management, and I can get a companion.
What's that?
And I can get an animal companion. Animal is a companion. Also.
Oh yeah.
It's animal.
You know what's weird? For the past 2 weeks, I've had two chickens roaming outside of in my neighborhood, just free, and it's not like a compatible thing. I'm like, do I take these chickens? Do I build a coop? Let's start making their hens. Do I start getting?
They're probably
I thought
somebody's
the owner would come get them.
All the time.
What's that?
They go home at night. They're probably your neighbor's chicken.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. You're probably right on that.
But you could trap them. Somebody stole Gardopia's chickens. Many years ago. They literally got you know the milk crates. So they got the milk crate. They propped it up with a stick. They put a little bit of feed. They put a long cord to it. The chicken goes underneath. Boom! They pull it, and then they just put it in a big knapsack, and they walked off with 2 turkeys and about 3 chickens.
Jeez. They ate well, Anyway.
It was right around Thanksgiving too. So
yeah. Okay. You know what it was then, That's such a gangster way to live life. I can't even imagine. But But anyway, thank you so much to Stephen Lucke. I think it was really cool. I like even though we have the voter thing that we came up together, that whole idea, and I keep building on it, and it's growing.
Talk
There's
about
no
that. I want to hear it. So what's
there's
going
no
on with voter?
go to voter.project4.tv. There's nothing that I can explain that you won't see there.
Okay.
Numbers, okay? Like 1,000 people have visited it. Oh, you know what? Let me kind of explain it a little bit because it's one of these abstract things out of my mind. I like doing stuff, and one of my main areas of operation is the internet because it's just like how it's been for many years of my life. I like blogging, I like websites, I just like it too much almost. Social media too much. Um, and so I took my blogging concept. Voter, the blog is like the highest level of blogging that I think I could come up with, which is I can go really fast, but it also has really cool impact, which is doing ratings on basically pop culture and rating it based off of um, 5 priorities um, for media in general. And my idea is that in a sort of kind of way, it's a metaphor for terraforming in that you take what is in front of you and then you kind of find a way, in the same way you do with media, you have to be able to know what you're looking at, to be able to know why you're coming up with certain results in your life. And then the same thing with results in as far as how you're going to react with your environment. So for some reason, in my mind, those two things became intertwined. And so I started this whole rating system on the voter thing, and I'm using it to curate brands. It's going to grow into more stuff, but it's mostly just a tactic to get traffic. And then those ads I'm using to generate revenue. And half of that revenue right now, at least for at the project, at the stages at it's at, I want to go to Gardopia Gardens. So literally, it's an attention farm that's generating revenue to change the earth into a garden. So it's literally terraforming.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna have to. And that's
Anyway,
all on the
okay.
website.
Yeah. What's that?
I said that's all on the website.
No. Not at all. Like I said, the website itself is just a farm for attention because what I know about SEO and stuff like that, when you write about top brands, the fact is we don't really think about it, but there's certain ideas that are shared. And a lot of those right now, which is why you see the way that companies are going with streaming services and buying content and buying brands. Bob Dylan just sold his media collection for $100 million, probably, they're guessing, right? Because they know they can make money off of these ideas, because human beings, we actually do struggle with connection. And so this big wealth of media and branding and all this stuff that these TV stations and movie stations and music people own is actually a large part of our language. And so whoever owns that is going to have a very, you know what? Anyway, I'm gonna ramble on forever,
I like
and
it.
no
I
one's
like
gonna know
it,
what I was
brother.
talking
No, we'll
about.
have
So
to have deeper discussion. Well, let me tell you what I've been doing with voter. The goal was to plant trees. So in 2020, we set a goal to plant 1,000 trees
yes,
between not just planting, but also adopting out. We're probably going to hit about 500 to 700 in partnership with Parks and Rec. And then we also got that grant for Microsoft as well. So that was very beneficial to help us get there. And we're going to be pushing forward to 2021 to keep planting. We want to
wait a
set
second.
bigger.
I just missed the tree planting.
What's that?
Correct? Didn't we? There was just a tree planting, right?
We just did. Yeah, we've been doing a few tree plantings. I planted a couple trees today, honestly, and I gave away some trees on Saturday. But we planted 55 trees at Young Women's Leadership Academy Primary on November 7th. And then we planted about 15 trees at Young Men's Leadership Academy on November 6th. And we did a big tree giveaway. We gave about 72 trees away on September 26th. So we've just been, little by little chopping at it. And then the other piece is looking into 2021, continuing to not only do tree plantings, but also get more composting going in our gardens. We have a 7-bay compost system at Gardopia. We're partnering with Compost Queens to get some of their bokashi compost as well. And then we'll be implementing compost programs at the rest of our partner gardens. So reducing food waste and getting our tree canopy larger in the city is something that we're continuing to work on that end of the scope.
Super dope. I know that we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna talk more. And we need to just talk about obviously voter. And I need to. A big part of this year for me too is just slowing down because I love to do so many different things, and I'm like, all right, let's take stock. Let's look at what was done so far, and all that you just said was super duper amazing. So I know we're gonna talk. Look forward to that. And thank you for joining me on this episode. And thank you guys for watching this episode. We're just going to leave you because, you don't need to watch anymore. What you need to do is go out there and figure out what actions you're going to take, you know. And the cool thing about gardening, I think, is it's a very satisfying action because it's related to, your own life, your own relationship with nature, in a very singular and in a community way. But remember, at the end of the day, it can all be about something as simple as chicken.
That's it.
So,
Yeah, break it down to the simplest of matters.
I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching Influence Hour again. Stephen, thank you. I'll talk to you soon. I'm sure.
Adios.
Very
See you
soon.
soon, man.
Tomorrow, I'm going to call you actually.
Perfect. Come by the garden.
Randomly. Actually, I will. Okay.